Do runners need to bulk to build muscle? You've probably searched this question up online before, and unfortunately all the advice out there is geared towards bodybuilders. Like eating 500 plus calories above maintenance, eating every 2-3 hours, drink a gallon of milk with every single meal. And maybe you've tried that before and you got subpar results. So what gives? I completely get it because I've been in your position. For the past 7 years of my life, I've dedicated to running, and the past 3 to lifting. And through my time training, I've taken 2 approaches to building muscle. One is this traditional method of bulking. The second one is a much smarter approach. One made me feel slow, sluggish, bloated, and unattractive, while the other one made me feel fast. I was able to lift heavy, I saw PRs in the gym, and on top of that, my physique improved. I felt more confident. I have dedicated the past 3 years of my training to the goals of running faster, lifting heavier, and looking better, all simultaneously. If those are also your goals, then I can say with complete confidence, with 3 years of expertise and proven results to back me up on my claim, that I'm gonna be the best person to look to, that I can understand your needs the best compared to all these other general fitness accounts out there. So in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to start building muscle as a runner without sacrificing your speed, endurance, or your confidence. So why shouldn't runners do bodybuilding bulking? Well, it's kind of in the name. It's bodybuilding bulking, not runner bulking. The goals of a bodybuilder to build muscle is to get as much as possible. Your goal is to build lean muscle that looks attractive, isn't over the top, and supports your training. And that isn't the goal of bodybuilding. The whole goal of bodybuilding is to build as much as possible. So while the method of downing 6 to 7 meals per day, eating in a massive surplus, having a super expensive grocery bill, like that's great for bodybuilding because that's what their goals are geared towards. That is what their lifestyle is. It's not going to be the same case for running because running has different goals. So if you as a runner were to try this, sure, your strength would go up, but everything else will go down. Your attraction to the opposite sex because your face is super puffy and your abs are gone. Your muscle, like sure, it's going to be there, but it's going to be hidden by a bunch of fat. And the whole goal of what you want is to look better, not make your life worse. And then after the fact, unfortunately, you'll believe wholeheartedly that you can't build muscle and that this is the only way. Because all the advice out there is geared more towards bodybuilding, and they always give this advice of bulking. So with this in mind, how do you build muscle then? What's the approach? Earlier in the video, I mentioned that there's a smarter alternative to bulking, and that's the one I currently do right now to build muscle, and the approach is called lean bulking. It still has bulking in the name, but it's different from bodybuilding bulking because you're doing 200 to 300 calories above your maintenance compared to having 500 plus. You won't have to shove a bunch of food down your mouth all day instead of breaking the bank on having to cover up this super expensive diet, which if you think about it, you're paying to get fatter, which is insane. You can instead invest that money into a new pair of running shoes, which I know for a fact you need to change those out. I need to change mine out. I mean, I've had these for the past like 8 months. Or better yet, a new pair of race shoes, which I highly recommend the Vaporfly 3s, which are right up here on my wall. So now that we know in order to lean bulk, we have to eat 200 to 300 calories above maintenance. First off, how do you find your maintenance? Use an app like MyFitnessPal or Chronometer. It'll ask you some questions about your current exercise level, your height, weight, etc., etc. You put that in and it gives you a rough estimate. And then you'll add 200 to 300 calories above that and then you'll be lean bulking. Boom, easy, simple. And I like these apps too because they tell you not just like how many calories you need, but like the macros you need too, like what protein, carbohydrate, fat amount you need to sustain you with your training. And speaking of training, how should we train to build muscle while on a lean bulk? Because if we're not actively doing some sort of lifting or resistance training, then we're not gonna be building muscle. In fact, we're probably just gonna gain fat over time because we're in a lean bulk. I'm gonna make this super simple for you. Pick 2 to 3 days out of your week, preferably easy run days or off days from running, days away from your long runs and harder tempo threshold sprint interval workouts. Because when you lift on days that are further away from your workouts, you can ensure that you're actually going to be able to recover and get faster, get stronger, get more aesthetic. In terms of what to do on these days, do a full body split, compound lifts, prioritize those. If you want, do isolations towards the end. For your lifts, go to like the 8 to 15 rep range to begin with for like 2 sets. And as you get more confident, work your way down to like the 6 to 12, and then keep that for your accessory lifts. And as you get stronger, go for like the 3 to 6 if you want for like your bench press, squat, deadlifts, etc., etc. Now, I know better than anyone else that if I was in your position right now, watching some guy talk about how to build muscle and run at the same time, that I would be super confused. I wouldn't know where to start. So if that's the case, click the link down below. It will take you to my free ebook, 14 pages. Read it up last weekend. It's packed full of information that you can utilize today. It's got training plans for the 2 to 3 day full body split that we talked about today, as well as a progressive overload template that you can start using today that will keep you from stagnating in the gym, keep it from plateauing so you can continue building muscle like I had trouble doing when I was in your position. It's completely free. All that I'm gonna ask from you is your email, so A, I know who to send it to, and in the near future, just send out 1 max email per week. packed full of information that you can utilize in your training, just stuff I wish I knew when I started out running and lifting 3 years ago, as well as exclusive offers that only my mailing list will be able to see. Unsubscribe anytime. I make videos for young ambitious men who want to maximize not only their fitness, but their life in general. People who are hardworking and driven. If that's you, subscribe and follow for more.